There we go.
All right.
On you.
Welcome back, everybody, to Facetious episode 119, season 3 episode. Did you remove the episode numbers at the top? Mike, I'm disappointed. Anyway.
No, I didn't. No. I mean, it's on the top on my screen. I don't know about your screen. It's on the top of mine.
I don't see it, dog. Anyway, season 3, episode 15. I got to remember 104. Season 3, episode 15, brought to you on Monday, April 23rd, 2018 at 6:11 p.m. Central Standard Time. Look, I'm one of your hosts. I'm Larry, aka Bluemanrule, and I am ecstatic to be back in front of your eyeballs and in your eardrums again. I am joined, as usual, by my main Damie, by the sick painter himself. We're gonna start calling him the infirmed artist. Is none other Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. See, that's how you do it, Chase.
What's up, dog?
What's up,
dog? My porcupine.
See, man, y'all went into that. I guess I must have missed last week's show because y'all mentioned it this week, and I knew immediately in reference to what y'all were talking about because you were talking about the Jigga song, and then so I must have missed that show last week. So I feel bad about that one because I must have missed that conversation. I don't even know how I missed that conversation.
It started off with the conversation that was happening in the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
If y'all are not in the Scarcasm Discord, I mean that thing be popping. It's straight popping out here in these internet streets. Right. And also speaking of popping, I stopped using Voice Meter because it started causing too many problems. Okay, so I stopped using Voice Meter until I can get something better. I'm just going straight Blue Snowball right now, which means I gotta enunciate everything.
Right.
But yeah, it came from that conversation that was in the Discord,
right? And
you even commented on it and everything. So we know you around here, but yeah, it gets real in these Scarcasm streets, bro.
It does, man. It does. We talk about some good issues in there, man. And like I said, one of the things to talk about, people be like, why don't I get to say it? And I'm like, well, you got to understand, even though a lot of black people use it, I don't even like saying it. You know what I mean? I only relegate to using it as if it were a curse word because I only really use it when I'm extremely upset. You know what I'm saying? So that's about all you'll get from me.
I say it all the time.
Right.
It ain't really a thing for me.
I don't know. I guess it is for me because, I grew up with my grandfather and anytime
I think that's the difference.
Yeah.
I think that's the bigger difference between me and you. You grew up with your grandparents as a feature in your life. I knew my grandma, but it's not like I really spent a whole lot of time. I didn't live with my grandma, and I didn't have that, all that civil rights bred in me in that way. I knew my dad kind of had a thing about not really liking white people, but I didn't really. But
that's a different thing, though. You know what I'm saying?
That's a completely different. It's a completely different situation.
Yeah, it's a little different.
My dad was not a fan of white people. In fact, he was not a fan of Sherry when he first met her. It was like.
Really?
He was questioning. He was questioning some things. Yeah. It was rough for the initial goings of that.
Right.
That part of my life. But yeah.
Faitios, what's up? Faitios?
What's up, Doc? So it's a little bit different. But no, it's. I don't even think about it. Like I said, my only problem with that whole thing is the idea of it being just this one word. And even if people do want to say it, and people like me where it's kind of a habit,
right.
That I've tried to break several times. It's the people who really want to say it that bad, it's just it's one word. You have the whole other English language.
Right.
Someone said you can't say this one word, and people go, well, why can't I say it? It's do you go around saying do you go around saying the thing? I mean, outside of the brothers, outside of those dudes from some Syracuse, do you go around saying the derogatory term for Jews, or do you really want to say that word so bad? You know what I mean? Like, is it really that important to you to say the derogatory term for Latinos or anything like that? It's just this one. And it was like, so okay, you shouldn't want to say this word. Like, no one should want to say it.
Right. And but that's the thing. So here's the thing. So generally, that's the thing I don't understand. Like, why you would want to say something.
I completely disagree with your assessment on it. But okay,
I know you disagree with my assessment on it because, like I said, we're different.
You're using the civil rights movement as the reason. Is like, these people had the civil rights movement partially because they didn't want to be called this word. No, the civil rights movement was for equality. It
was for equal respect, and I feel like when people use that term, it is a term of blatant disrespect. And so I look at it as people fought in order to be recognized as an individual who deserves respect. Therefore, they don't deserve to be talked to any old way. So that was the point that I made. Not that the civil rights movement was bred for that. No, it was a byproduct of that, but the principle of it was directly tied to it. Yes.
Word.
Yeah. Word. Okay. That's what I was saying. But yeah, man, it's just crazy. Second point though, is that if by chance you're not black and people have the people around you, because the pass is only a local pass, right? It's not a universal pass, but the people around you, if they have given you the pass to use it, the thing is, bro, you've more than likely lived a hard life in such a way to earn that pass. And a lot of people who want to say it probably don't want to live that hard life in order to say it. That's what I want people to understand.
Everybody want to be a nigga, but don't nobody want to be a nigga.
Right. So I mean, that's what it is. Like, if you want the right to say it, then you generally have to endure some things. And you really kind of have,
it's like that that one Facebook video with that white lady who does all of these race talks, and like, she's really good at her job, and I don't know her name, but she does this thing where it's a group of white people, and she explains, like, this is what, these are the things that black people have to deal with, and like, is there anyone here that would trade places with a black person?
Right.
For any reason at all. And that's like, raise your hand. If anybody here would like to trade places with a black person, please raise your hand. No hands.
Right. For all the assertions that affirmative action lets us get into school for free, for all the assertions that we get the equal opportunity employment looks, for all the assertions that we get these free passes, like, come walk in these Pumas.
You still don't want to be Come walk a few inches in my J's, right? Like, come walk a foot in my Timbs. You know what I mean? Like, no, you don't want to do that.
Right, exactly.
You don't want to do that.
It's not what's cool. Like, it's not as glamorous as you might think it may be, or you allege it may seem. You know what I mean? Right. It's just not. So exactly. Yeah, it's interesting. But no, Mike is right. You guys need to check out the Scarcasm chat. It's a good chat. We get in there, and a lot of people actually do listen to Facetious in there, and they like the show. So mad shout outs. Appreciate it. But y'all can get in there and just really have good, intelligent conversation. That's what we like to do,
Yeah. And then let me wreck it all.
Right. Because that's kind of what Mike does.
That's kind of what I do.
It's a signature.
I wrecked. Okay. Listen, in the Discord, I completely wrecked the anime channel in there. I wrecked the anime channel when all I did was put, what's it called? An ellipsis?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, in there, and I completely wrecked the anime channel. And I'm like, that's all I did, because y'all were having a good conversation about what's it called, Studio Ghibli and all that other stuff. Yeah, y'all having those conversations, and I'm like, I don't have anything to add, but I want to put something here. So I put an ellipsis, and it completely wrecked everything. And I'm like, all I put was, I didn't have really anything to say here, but I want to say something. So I put the dots in, and then all of a sudden everything got wrecked. And I'm like, what? How I do that? Like, how I do that? How I wreck everything with just an ellipsis? That's a boom.
No, man, it might come back, because there are some really good seasons, like I was saying, of my new shows, on my shows, like their new seasons.
Bro,
Food.
I got a new show I started yesterday, and I'm already on episode 8.
Is that the Lost in Space?
No, I need to get to that because after that article about there's way too much Mass Effect and Lost in Space.
I saw that.
I'm really interested. But no, I went to go start Lost in Space, right? And then I'm just kind of playing around, and I see this show. It is a New Zealand show.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Okay, and now the show has a title that is completely indicative of a frat boys t-shirt.
All right, let's go.
It's called The Amazing Johnsons.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's Netflix.
Is it called? Hold on. Yeah, it's on. Hold on. Is on Netflix. Hold on. I think it's called The Amazing Johnsons. Hold on.
All right, I'm looking. We holding. I mean, this is great radio for the people.
No, they'll be all right. Is it called that? I'm tripping. Like it's something of that effect.
Okay.
But it was on behind me. But
yeah, we saw it.
Okay, so it's basically some brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them turns 21, and he realizes that they are all reincarnations of Nordic gods.
Really? So it's kind of like the other god show you was talking about before. Okay.
Yeah. It's like American Gods, but it's completely different. Is a completely different. Like they're brothers. And then, like the youngest of the brothers, it starts on his 21st birthday. On their 21st birthday, that's when they find out. They find out who they are.
Okay. Cool.
So, why can I not find that? I must be doing something wrong. Hold on. But they find out that that they are reincarnations of Norse gods, and the last brother finds out which one he is on the very first episode.
Almighty Johnsons? No.
Is it the Almighty Johnsons? I keep calling
New Zealand fantasy comedy. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's Almighty Johnsons. It still sounds like something that would be on a frat boys t-shirt.
Right.
But yes, that show, it's really good. I really enjoy it because it's comedy. It's, it has some serious stuff in there because like the whole crux of the show depends on the younger brother.
Oh, okay. 3 seasons down now. Apparently,
yeah, it's 3 seasons. It's 3 seasons. It was canceled after the 3rd season, so ain't no more.
All right, so that's it.
I looked all this stuff on I looked all this stuff up on Wikipedia, and I think I know a little bit too much, but I wanted to find out a little bit more about the show before I really wanted to continue. But I just came across it. It's really good. It's like it's everything that you want in a show like that, where it's more of a coming of age story for the younger brother, and then like the other brothers and even their cousin,
right?
The cousin, you kind of find out who the cousin really is, but all of them are, and they're trying to help the younger brother reach his destiny. Because if he reaches his destiny, something good happens. If he doesn't, something really bad happens.
Oh, okay. So he's the crux of everything then, huh?
Yes, he is the crux.
I don't know if I want to be a crux. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know if I want to know all.
This dude, like I said, he just turned 21. Like he didn't know any of this. None of it at all.
He just sitting back like, What do you mean? It's right. Y'all waiting on me.
Yeah.
Is that what he feeling like?
Yeah, it's crazy. But like what the quest that he's on creates a. I'm trying not to spoil anything at all. You know what? There's a quest, and it propels the show, especially during this first season. I wonder how the other 2 seasons are going to go, but I'm really interested in where this really is going to go.
Well, that should be interesting, man. The Almighty Johnsons, huh?
Almighty Johnsons. I don't know why I keep calling this something else. I mean, like I say, I've only been watching this since yesterday.
Man, but you're already on episode 8. Like,
yes,
dang, dog. That's like you've been chewing in a lot. That's chewing up a lot of space, bro. Well,
yeah. In between painting, I watched like 4 episodes back to back. And really, it was a palate cleanser to Supergirl. I watched the episode of Supergirl. It was a palate cleanser, like, because we're to the point to where Supergirl is putting my girl to sleep too.
Okay.
So we sitting on the couch. And we watch an episode. She falls asleep on the couch, and I'm like, "Well, what else can I do?" So I started watching the show, and I watched like the first 4 episodes. She woke up like halfway through the 4th episode. That's what Supergirl did.
Supergirl, look, man, you better than me, Mike. Straight up, bruh. You are better than me. I can't anymore. I was trying for a while.
But you know what? I think I'm at a decent place right now, because at the end of the last episode we watched is when Kevin Sorbo and what's her name? Terry Hatcher. Is it Terry Hatcher?
Yes.
Kevin Sorbo and Terry Hatcher just showed up. Like we don't know.
That's a pretty good little arc. That's a pretty good little arc.
Yeah, that's a good arc. So yeah. I'm cool. I'm cool now. Like everything up to now.
Has been I mean, just slow, man.
Yeah, super slow.
Absolutely. But okay. So I can't. You've been doing Supergirl, Almighty Johnsons. I know you did Killer Floor on PS4. I know you did that for the game night.
I did. Me and Chase ended up playing it by ourselves. We played for a little bit. I played some Killing Floor last week on Xbox.
I was just gonna say,
and then thanks to you, in a collaborative effort, I have been playing the Last of Dad of War.
The Last of Dad of War. So you can buy the title. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, man. Dad of War.
Actually, I really want to add the Last of Dad of War Shock, but
but you didn't.
Yeah, it's like those other games, like, well, the Dad of War part. Okay, he's a father, and it's very prominent in this game. And the there's some Last of Us influence,
absolutely,
and there's some BioShock Infinite influence for real.
Oh yeah, man. It's it's quite apparent that where they drew their inspiration from, right? At least for me, anyway. Yes. It's quite clear where they drew their inspiration from.
It's really like someone said, like, how do we redo God of War?
Right.
We make it The Last of Us.
Only Santa Monica was like, you know what? We taking this title. Like they saw that they saw that we could take this title.
we gonna show up to your studio. We gonna take everything from The Last of Us. Y'all gonna have to do something else because we doing the Last of Us.
And then they jumped up. Say so. They jumped at.
They just pull the blades out. Have you gotten your blades?
I have. Yes, I have my Leviathan axe. I've dropped, I can't even tell you the number of hours. I probably dropped.
No. Have you gotten your blades?
Which blades?
Because I watched a video, and the video was no spoilers, but in the video,
no, I haven't.
I saw him having a conversation, and there was an axe over here. And there was the 2 blades over here on his back.
Oh, okay. I have not. So that's down. It might be down the road, son. But I would tell you.
Yeah, ninja.
So listen. This game is very reminiscent of The Last of Us. Extremely so. But it takes. So Knox was putting in the chat that he really wanted God of War to have more story. Well, Knox, here you go. Yep. This God of War has absolutely more story than any God of War. Nay, any game in the melee action genre, period. I think Ninja Gaiden might be close, but this is as strong as they come.
What's the part about it that you love the most? Because we had a conversation on the Dream Team. Wink. We had a conversation on the Dream Team about the game and our favorite part of it. What is your favorite part of the game so far?
My favorite part of the game is probably watching Atreus trying to deal. You know what I mean? Probably watching the boy trying to deal with if you don't know the whole reason for the game, and you literally get in the first couple of minutes, but I think you may have known in the trailer, but like Kratos and his son have to go on a mission, basically. And so, but watching his son develop through the mission is probably my favorite part. But still seeing the immaturity come through in many areas. It's good though, man. I'm slowly watching this relationship build and grow into something tangible. So it's just interesting because I like when he says "boy," like that's a boy.
Rashani always says that Big Sean, the rapper, should have did the voice of Kratos because that's one of his catchphrases. But here's the thing. Here's the best part about this game. I love watching Kratos be the dad version of me and my father.
Oh, really?
In this game, because the way he always answers the questions is the way that I would answer it when I'm annoyed with Pooh Bear, like these really short, very sarcastic, really answers. And like the first couple minutes, like really made me laugh because it was exactly how I would do it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
The whole thing, like they start the first part of what they're there to do.
Right.
And then he turns to his son and said, "Did she teach you how to hunt?" And she's like, "Yeah." And the kid's like, "Yeah." So then he goes get his stuff. It was like, "What are we hunting?" "You're hunting deer."
Yep.
Okay, which direction are we going? In the direction of deer.
Yeah, exactly. I was like
that was like, I'm sorry. That is exactly how I would do, just how he delivered it, how just straight and flat he is all the time when he speaks to him. It reminds me of how I would have said it to Pooh Bear the exact same way. You know, did your mom teach you how to hunt? Yeah, go get your stuff.
Right.
What are we hunting? You hunting chicken.
Which way is
which all right, so which way are we going hunting? In the direction of chicken.
Just stay there. Yeah, man. So like for me, but also, man, like here's the tough part that people don't understand. I'm playing on a normal 1080p TV, and this game is stinking gorgeous, man. Like I was streaming and Ace was like,
"Me too.
This game is ridiculous." Yeah, I'm like, yes, it is absolutely ridiculous. You cannot like you play this game and you realize there's still a lot of room to optimize for this generation of consoles.
Bro, let me tell you, and I'm playing on my regular ass PlayStation.
Me too. I can't
imagine what the people that's on the 4Ks and the PS4 Pros and all that other stuff. And I'm not even a graphics whore, but even I'm like, bruh.
It's ridiculous, right?
And this is on my TV.
Right.
Like, this is on my TV. I ain't even got the same kind of TV everybody else got.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm rolling with Philip right now. You know what I'm saying?
You and Philip out here in these television viewing streets.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Philip right now, and it's real out here in these Philip streets. You know what? You know what I want to do? This is something that I want to do. I got a smaller TV, and it's like 32 inches, right?
Right.
But this is 720p. I want to see what it looks like at 720.
At 720?
I want to see what it looks like at 720.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
I want to see it. I'm not going to do it because why? But right. but I want to see what it looks like in 720. But like, man, it's beautiful. It took me a while to get used to the controls, bro.
You know what I did? I went in and changed it to classic God of War control.
I tried to play. All right, so here's what I did.
Can't do it.
Here's what I did. I changed it to classic, and then like I guess I had got used to the controls on how to throw the axe already, and I couldn't stay classic. I should have switched to classic like super early on.
I something said check the controller settings. So if you were interested in playing this game, the first thing you need to do is go out and check them controller settings, right? Because you need to go out there, and I said it back because if you don't, otherwise you're gonna have like light and heavy attack on right bumper or R1 and R2. Like, who wants to do that? No one wants to do that.
And now I have to because I got used to it. So now I have to. I had to switch back, and it hurts me to do that because I would love to be able to, especially, bruh. What's gonna happen when I get the blades?
I don't even know. I'm just like and I was thinking about that today too. I was like, man, I wonder if I know it can't be Chains of Olympus because you ain't in Olympus, right? You're not even in that mythological universe.
I know the answer to that, but I won't spoil you.
But my thing is, I just can't. If it happens, it's gonna happen. I'm like, because that axe is cool, but let me get them blades though.
Let me get them blades for real. Like, all right, and like I know too much. I know too much.
See, that's the thing. You can't. I went in.
I actually watched a little bit of the resolution by accident. I was watching another video that was spoiler free, and my autoplay was still on. So I went to go handle something for work. It was still playing. I came back and I got a little bit of the ending. I know just a little bit too much.
That's
just a little bit too much. So I know a little bit of the ending, but I'm still ready to get there. Like I'm ready to get there. I love the fact that I'm waiting for that moment. I'm waiting for that moment where he tells his son who he is.
Right. I'm waiting for that. Dude, let me tell you, don't even lean toward that because there's so many good revelations in that game when you start playing. Because I'm pretty sure you're not as far along as I am.
No, nowhere near because I didn't play any yesterday.
Okay, so man, dude, it is so good. Play God of War right now. But I wonder, like, we have God of War PS4, then you have God of War PS2. Like, come on, guys, can we just be ingenious? Like, can we have, Norsemen of War or something? Like, something to let us know to differentiate.
No, but see, here's the thing. Here's the thing that bothers me a little bit.
Okay.
That it's God of War with Norse mythology, but Kratos is still Kratos.
Right.
He is very much still Kratos. And he is very much still a Spartan. So why don't he look the same?
Well, here's the thing. He's a little older. You know what I mean?
He don't look. He lost some of them features because good and damn well that Kratos PS2 and PS3 Kratos is black. You know he black.
Right. Oh, you saw but
his voice is Kyle Barker. Like, come on now.
Right. But then they changed it because they said that they didn't feel like Kyle could do the physical part because they no longer wanted to separate the voice from. They want to do motion capture. They didn't want to do just voice capture, and then create their own animations. They wanted to do a combined thing. So they got a dude who could physically do it. So
yeah, but I mean, I'm not worried about Kyle Barker, but I'm like, why did his features change?
What up, Blocker? Yeah, it changed a little bit, but yeah, you're right. He's still Kratos. I see what you're saying. Like
It's still the same dude and then like when you do your little charge up thing, it's still called a Spartan Rage. You still got
Rage Burst. Yep, you still got Rage Burst. But I think honestly, Mike, if I had to pin down one thing that's my favorite thing about this game, and then we'll move on, is that the pacing is perfect. I think the pacing of this game is absolutely brilliant. You cannot beat this pacing. It is brilliantly done, and I think it's great, man. I think it's great.
It is. It's in like the story is what the fact that the pace keeps the story just keeps moving along.
Yeah,
keeps moving along, and even before you actually get like your quest marker that tells you which way to go. You still just kind of have a way of figuring out where you're supposed to go next.
Yeah. I mean,
even if they cheat a little bit, because when you lost, in the early parts of the game, if you lost, all you do is follow boy. And I don't care what nobody say. That boy's name is Boy at this point.
Yeah, it is Boy. Like I'm just like, man. I'm like, at some point he gonna start calling him by his name and respecting him. But man,
the only time he calls him by his name, and that's another thing that I like about like Father Kratos. Like the story beats where something happens and something is really affecting his son, but then his son looks away from him, and you see that moment in him where he reaches his hand out because he wants to make sure that his son is prepared for this life, but he also wants to make sure that his son is okay, and that the conflict in him when his son is going through something and he looks away and he reaches out that hand and is like, I know I want to, and I just can't.
Yeah. It's just, it's so good. It's so good.
And now I'm gonna tell you the moment where he does explain who he is, the hurt in his voice.
Oh, don't even. I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it right now.
The voice acting is phenomenal for that. I mean, for a lot of the moments. And then like every single time something happens to his son, no matter what situation that he's in, if something happens to his son, it is instant Spartan rage. And that is the beautiful part of being a father. And he's missing for like a few seconds. And you can't find him. Spartan rage. Let's blow everything up until I find my son. And those are the only times when something is going horribly wrong. Those are the only times he uses his name.
Right. Exactly. Right. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that all shakes out. But man, I'm going to try to keep everyone up to it. If you're interested in me watching me stream it, you don't want to play it, I'm streaming it on YouTube, but I ain't holding them back. Like, I'm just playing through as things happen. So if you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch. I can't make any guarantees, but I just want to put.
But if you do not have a PlayStation at this point, now might be a good time.
It might be pretty darn good, especially if you don't have. I mean, because there's so many games you can play only on.
There's so many games that you can play, and like most of us that are in gaming, and are part of the community, like we're adults with jobs now. Like there's no reason why you shouldn't have both. And even all three, if you care about the nostalgia, you might want to have a Switch.
You might. You could, but Mike, do you have anything else in your consumption area? Because then I'll go into mine, and then we can jump into the topic for the night. Which I think people might like.
No, it's just for me, it was just painting this weekend. I got a job that I didn't say anything about on Facebook, but I did a painting, a red, black, and white painting, and then I had a friend from high school hit me up and said, "Is that for sale?" And I said, "No, it's going to be a part of a contest that I'm doing at the end of the month, beginning of next month." And he was like, "Well, I want you to make some of those for me," and I'm like, "Okay, I can do that." And then I was like, "How many you want?" He was like, 3 or 4. And I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, "All the same colors?" He was like, "Yeah, different kind of designs, but the same colors." I'm like, "Cool." And then I told him the size of the paintings that I did. And then I realized that he's local. He lives in Petersburg.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's about 40 minutes from you.
Yeah. So he lives in Petersburg. So I was like, you know what? You know what I'm going to do? Like, I did this myself and I did this to myself. But I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to up the size and I'm going to lower the price because I don't have to ship it.
Right. That makes sense.
So I actually did those this weekend. I was supposed to do them before, but I was sick last week. I spent a lot of time in the bed because I was sick. So I did 5, and okay. I said, pick the ones you want. And he was like, "I want all of them."
Nice, man.
So now I went from 3 or 4 to now I'm selling 5. And they're 16 by 20s. Most of the ones that I've done for the painting of the day have been 11 by 14s.
Nice, man. So,
but it took a lot of work, bro. It was a lot of work. Now, and I have not shared those paintings except for the ones that are that they are in the Discord chat, but they are not in the other thing because they're for somebody else. So I don't want nobody else to get envious. But I did share them to the Discord people because the Discord people are all about that life. Cool. Yeah.
All right, cool, man. All right, Mike. Well, I do have a couple of things, man, and then we get to the topic of the day. So, like I said, all of my animes are back. Like I've been watching One Piece, Boruto, Food Wars, which is Shokugeki no Soma, My Hero Academia, and I'm telling you, they're all great, y'all.
I forgot something.
I knew you would
because you said something about Food Wars, and it reminded me. I did the Dream Team, and Jay told me to watch a show called Nailed It.
Okay,
it's a Netflix show where they take home bakers and they have them recreate stuff that professional bakers have done.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I only watched the first episode, but let me tell you, I watched the first episode, and like this guy who was a professional pastry chef, he made some cake pops.
Yeah.
And then they have to recreate the cake pops, and then all of them have to recreate this wedding cake that like one of the like most popular New York wedding cake masters of cake, like for real, just her roses alone is like I don't think I could ever do that because they look like flowers though. It looks like real flowers is on top of that cake, but
word up,
it's fine. But like, so they have to recreate it. It's 2 rounds, and then they have to recreate those, and the one who does the best, including how it tastes, wins.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's actually really cool. But there's only like 6 episodes for the first season or whatever.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. Well, yeah. So, look, if you like food, dog, I'm telling you, you're gonna like that Food Wars anime. I would strongly urge people to check that out, man, because it's really, really cool.
Yeah, y'all could do that.
All right. So the topic for the night, man. I saw this and I was like, man, these cats out here perpetrating. Okay, so you guys know, I like T-Mobile a lot. I have been with them for 3 years now, I think, somewhere in that area. And I like them. Right? I don't have any problems. But here's the thing. So I was just reading on The Verge on the 16th of this month that T-Mobile they owe the FCC. They were fined by the FCC $40 million for playing fake ringtones and unconnected calls. So what that means is that people would call folks in rural areas, right? And T-Mobile, even though they didn't have a connection, they would fake like the phone was ringing.
What?
Yes. So they would fake the phone that was like the phone was ringing to make people think, well, it's just ringing. Ain't nobody picking up. So I'm gonna go ahead and hang up. And they didn't want people to think, well, they don't get service out here. You know what I mean? So they faked the Phunk on this, and so what happened is that they were initially tried on it. They didn't have enough. They didn't have enough evidence, and then it came back. It went away, and then other people kept complaining about it more and more and more, and then it came back, and FCC was like, "Nah, bro, we can't have this," and so they ended up fining them, dog. So, yeah, man, it is ridiculous. $40 million. So, dog, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it to just say, hey man, we ain't got service right now? Like, I'm sorry, dog. Like, all right, I mean, you know, I gotta check in.
No, I mean, you gonna have, like, for real. If your goal is to make people believe that they gonna have service, you gonna have service whether you have it or not. That's besides the point. You gonna have service today.
Right, exactly. And I'm just like, man, I don't understand, man. But then that made me start thinking, man, like, boy, this show was faking it. It was thinking, who has perpetrated as much as they have in our history? So you got Milli Vanilli, you got CC and the Music Factory.
Well, CNC Music Factory is not necessarily on the same level as Milli Vanilli because Milli Vanilli, they were out there pretending like it was all them when it was pre-recorded or whatever. CNC Music Factory just didn't want to put Martha Wash in the video.
Right. But I'm saying that that's faking the funk.
But she's saying that for real herself. They just ain't want to put her. She can blow, but she's not a small lady.
Right.
Yeah. So, but you know what I mean. So it was not quite the same. And then they actually did get somebody to come in and sing it. She wasn't as good, but they did find a prettier lady to put on the thing. And especially like LL did the same thing with Doing It. You know that, right?
Oh, did he?
Yeah, with the Doing It lady, at the time she recorded the song, right? The chick who's the sultry voice on Doing It.
Yeah.
I guess at the time when the song really hit, she was pregnant.
Really?
So they didn't want to put her. So they didn't want to put her on nothing. So
Man,
she didn't get to be in
nothing.
But the good thing about Milli Vanilli is Martha Wash sued and started getting some of her money. Because sued after that. She sued after Milli Vanilli.
I know. And so, all right. So biggest perpetrators, man. I don't know, man. Because I don't know a lot as much in music as most people. But I can tell you, man, there've been some shysters out there, man, faking the funk. So I don't know, man. It's just
I mean the whole Led Zeppelin thing.
Well, what did I miss with Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin basically taking songs from bluesmen that nobody has ever heard of and making them rock songs and making a lot of money off of that. They their whole catalog is stolen stolen from people who no one has ever heard of.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how all black music is, though, right? So, I mean, let's be honest. But yeah, man, it's just interesting, man. And it makes me think about.
But I don't know if it's on the same level. It's just faking calls just for the sake of faking calls.
Just be like, yeah, we thought it was real. We tried to connect you.
Yeah, like for real, like that all of that stuff was done for some sort of gain.
Had to be.
This was so we can keep making money. Like it
right.
wasn't. Like it was like. Like Milli Vanilli, they just kind of fell into it. It was like, okay, we know y'all can't really sing, but y'all have crazy energy, and I know y'all could bring something to the stage show. So you know what? We just gonna take session musicians, have them do the singing, and y'all just gotta roll with it. And then they were just like, okay, I don't know how cool we are with this, but then they blew up, and it was like, well, and it messed with them so bad that one of them died, right? Because of like.
Man, I don't even know. Was that the case?
Yeah, I think one of them died just from the stress of it all.
Man, I can understand. I mean, that's rough right there.
I think that's rough right there. I think he took to. I think one of them took to really, really like bad.
Man, yeah, it's tough, man, because you definitely don't want that for people, right? You definitely don't want that. But it's rough though, man. I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't know what to say on that one, man. All I know
I'm looking on Wikipedia. Wikipedia say he turned to drugs and crime, committing a series of assaults and robberies. And he was ultimately sentenced to 3 months in jail and 6 months drug rehab in California.
Really?
And so the other dude bailed him out of jail and sent him back to Germany, and he was found dead from alcohol and prescription drug overdose in Germany.
That's rough, man. That's rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Like I said, I guess it's really true. You can't really grab any allegiances to any of these companies now, right? Because they all in it to make money. They all kind of shady in some facet, right? So just keep your eyes open, people. Just keep your eyes open. Mike, I tell you what, we almost done. We had about 43 minutes. We don't have to stretch it out to an hour. Do you have anything else you need to get up in here? Like I said, we got Anthony Blocker Jr. up in here, Ronald.
Ron Block. I see you, dog. I know he just smoked a pizza.
Did he?
Yeah, he put a pizza in the smoker. He didn't smoke a pizza.
I know what you're saying. I know what you were saying. I'm like, man, I'm thinking smoked pizza would be fantastic.
Yeah, he smoked a pizza. But it's kind of weird to say, right? Like he smoked a pizza, and you just like, how you smoke a pizza? Like,
what state you in? Like, is that legal?
He from Maryland, and I know because I know because every time he posts a show, it's posted from the perspective is I'm where he is.
Right.
So, but yeah, so he smoked a pizza, and I know of people who smoke pizzas or like put the pizzas on the grill and stuff when like the power goes out and they need to do a little something to get to cook this food because it's gonna go bad. So I've heard of people doing that, but like yeah, he straight up smoked a pizza today.
Smoking pizza, man. Is that the weirdest thing you could smoke? Like,
is it the weirdest thing?
Not really, because I mean, you cook a pizza in a brick oven generally.
But see, but here's the thing. I know. I could see about like putting it in a brick oven or whatever like that. But like smoking a pizza, like putting it in a smoker,
like mesquite wood or hickory wood.
I think what did he say he put in it? He put it in the Discord. He said hickory. He put some hickory. Yeah, he put some hickory on it. And he smoked it. And he smoked that pizza.
What? For real.
Now the smoke comes out the top. The smoke don't linger. You know what I mean? So like the idea that the smoke is lingering and the purpose of it is for the smoke to linger is the part that interests me.
Yes. Well, and it's just for it to rest in that smoke, man, so it can absorb that. But
see, look. Here's my question though.
Okay.
Like okay. So the idea that you are using a smoker, like the components of a pizza is like the thing that you match up with the idea of a smoker, and you're like. Because I don't know about people putting dough on the grill. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that would be an interesting conundrum. I'm gonna have to do some research on that now.
Yeah, but I mean, he said it was popping. He said you can't beat the taste. It's kind of cool.
Is he deep dishing it? Does he salt the side, garlic salt the crust with butter? Like these things. These are questions. These are questions I need answered. Ron Block. These are questions I need answered.
Yeah, he's up there with the when they do the Tennessee barbecue and stuff like that, when they got the little thing that look like a mop.
Just based it on there. Yeah,
we put the baste on there. He probably did that with some garlic.
They just went around the edge.
Yeah, went around the edge with some garlic on a little thing that looked like a mop.
Right, and then had that little bottle that had seasons in it, but it just had a question mark written on it. Like he didn't want nobody to know what was in it. I got you. I got you. Right. Like he about to roll a 7. Like he about to roll 7.
Yeah. Same 11.
So,
but yeah, man. You know what? It's something that I would try if I had a place for a grill. I don't have a place for a grill here. I don't have a deck or a patio or anywhere. And and here in Virginia, they made a rule a few years ago that your grill has to be at least 10 feet away from the building.
Oh, okay. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So so I will never know, but I think it's cool. Something to do.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Well, Mike, we can get up out of here early, dog. We can get up out of here early.
We can get up out of here early.
Get your shout out to me.
Go see your girl.
It's stupid, man.
Or I can go see your girl. 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
1, 2.
All right.
But no, man. Shout out to Faitios and Ron Blocker. Faitios ain't say nothing, so he probably bounced.
Right.
But again, man, shout out to everybody. I really wish everybody who shows up in the YouTube would actually come over here. But sometimes we have a decent turnout, sometimes we don't, but we still keep this thing rolling for y'all no matter what. So thank you for however you listen or whenever you listen. Thank you for being here. And just you know, peace out to the Warriors. Shout out to all the Warriors out there, man.
For sure.
There's some things going on. Like, I'm so glad I'm not sick no more. There's my mans and them said that his mom isn't doing so well. So shout out to my mans and them. I can't mention his name because people will lose their shit. But just like my mans and them said that his mom isn't doing so well. So shout out to moms. I hope everything turns around there. But if it doesn't, man, you know, it's not like he doesn't just call me randomly on Facebook Messenger anyway.
Right. Stupid, man.
At the worst possible times. But this is a time where I will not ignore the call this time. Damn it.
Right. All right.
I said that out loud, so I'm being held to that now.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Shoot, man. Yeah. Shout outs to Ron Block. I see you on the wings, smoking the rings right now as we speak. I am a little jealous. Right now, dog.
The wings is getting done.
They get
now. Right now.
You gonna hurt your neck, Mike. You gonna hurt your neck. You gonna be dizzy one day. But no. Shout out.
Oh man, the J. Cole album is boring as hell. Like, bruh, it's boring.
All right.
It just came out Friday. It's boring.
Okay.
I've listened to it fully twice already. It's boring as hell.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah. Shout outs to Faitios and Ron Block checking us out. Shout outs to Show Enough and Glovebox. I was up Saturday morning at 6:45 a.m. because I actually went to bed kind of rather early. I was up at 6:45 and I was like, all right, I ain't got nothing else to do. Let me fire up God of War. Show Enough and Glovebox were out there at 6:45 my time, Central Time, banging God of War. Show Enough is 2 hours behind me.
Damn.
And Glovebox is an hour ahead of me. So shout outs to those fellas, man, because I was like, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's basically what's been going down, man. Everybody, real quick before I get out of here, I want to mention on Amazon Prime, Amazon Video, GT, the Grand Tour. It's those cats from Top Gear, UK. And they have their own show, and it is greatness. It is hilarious. I highly recommend it. Y'all need to check it out. But, you know, like Mike said, leave us a review. Leave us a review. Let us know what you think of the show. Please share it with somebody. Subscribe to it. You know, hook us up. That way we can spread out and actually get more people in. Again, shout outs to Open Forum Radio who recorded, and I listened to all of episode 400. So shout outs to those guys, man. That is a massive accomplishment. And that's really about it. Y'all, thank you so much. Like Mike said earlier, shout out to peace out to the Warriors and everything. And we'll be back in your ear and in front of your eyeballs again next week.
Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors. Send me a copy.